All right, all right, all right. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome to the Nursing and Style podcast. We are here today with Dr. Inni, and we're going to be talking about the most important app home health hasn't met yet. You don't know what you don't know. Meet eWorxs. Dr. Inni Adesanya is a certified public accountant with numerous U.S. and international accounting and tax destinations. She holds a bachelor's degree in human anatomy, a professional accounting degree, a master's in taxation, and a PhD in business administration with a concentration in accounting and finance. Can you say she know all things dollars? She is the president of Any Adesanya CPA PLLC and Global Tax Lady LLC, and the CEO and founder of eWorxs LLC, a field worker solutions software. With over 20 years of combined experience in accounting, finance, business, and taxation, Dr. Inni has worked with conglomerates, multinationals, and public accounting firms across multiple countries. Her passion is helping businesses succeed by enhancing efficiency, boosting revenues, and minimizing tax liability. Welcome to Nursing and Style Podcast, where we elevate the voices of innovators shaping the future of healthcare. And today it is our honor and our privilege to have Dr. Inni here. She's a powerhouse CPA, a global tax strategist that you want to know, a business consultant, and a visionary. Dr. Inni, you are so amazing, and you have so many accolades. And when I think about the global tax lady, I'm like, so happy that I know you. I'm so happy to have this brilliance here. And I'm so thrilled that you decided to bring something over to the healthcare side that you saw a need. So before we dive into eWorks, share a little bit about your journey from how in the world did you go to from human anatomy into accounting and then taxation and eventually technology enterprise entrepreneurship. How did that happen?
Thank you for having me. And hello everyone. I'm a numbers person, so I started out with the intention of, going into the medical field. I started with a college degree in anatomy, and then after that, I just said that I've always loved maths and calculations. So what I did was that I went back to school immediately and continued my journey into accounting, and then of course taxation, and then I ended up doing my PhD. For me, I love the social science aspect. Even though I'm into figures, I can actually relate with people, so I really love that. And then of course, when I decided to start up the eWorxs, right, I actually decided to do that to fix a problem. And we're going to go into details, but that's really the journey. I saw a problem within my CPA firm with a client, and then I decided to move on and fix that problem. And that's what birthed the eWorxs LLC company.
I love it. Fixing problems is how new businesses get created. It is also how we make money, right? By solving the problem. And in our home health industry, it's always a new level and a new layer that we can use. So let's talk a little bit more about what first sparked the idea of eWorxs. How did you even come up with the name eWorxs? And what was the defining moment when you realized, you know what? I'm not going to deal with this moment again. This industry needs some help. I'm going to figure this out. Talk to me about that.
Well, a client of mine was actually an infusion nurse, and she had infusion nurses working for her. So somebody referred her to me. So she walked into my office and she said, you know what, I need someone to handle my accounting. And then she started by sending me a list of people's trips. She said, could I, and I said, how do we get this figure? She said, you know what, please go to the maps and calculate the person's house address to the location and write that down, and then or get or type that in an Excel spreadsheet, and then also this is the timesheets, and then put that there and put that down, and then calculate, multiply it across the board, then create a spreadsheet or get the spreadsheet completed for the person to calculate the first of all, of course, how much the nurse is going to be paid, and how much would be put on the invoices to send to it was a specialty pharmacy. So I did this, and it took out, and I said, there must be a better way. There must be a better way. How can you just, this was on, we paying the nurses weekly, bi-weekly, but I said, there must be a better way. And that was what gave me the idea to really start this eWorxs, because I needed something that was user friendly, easy to use. User friendly, of course, easy to use, and would produce results. And that's what drove me to begin the journey of starting eWorxs, which is now available to everyone now.
Oh my goodness, you are such an amazing person, because if someone had brought me all of those maps, I might calculate that out so you can figure out what I'm going to owe or whatever. No.
Yeah.
Bring that to me already done. So
Yes.
you are already an amazing
Yes.
person, because you're like, okay, now I got to calculate all of this and break all of this down. That's nothing like somebody coming to the tax office all unorganized with a stack of stuff.
Yeah.
No,
Yes.
I see what made you do that. So, let's go in a little bit. So many agencies struggle with paperwork. They struggle with mileage tracking. They struggle with documentation, invoicing. And you saw the gaps at the first hand was the calculation of all of this is just a little bit too difficult to do every single time. And just imagine you at the end of the year pulling this out, right?
Yes.
So eWorxs, now we're going to go in and we're going to watch a presentation of what is eWorxs. And so tell me, Dr. Ini, what industry, what area, who can benefit from eWorxs right before we go and play the video?
Well, specialty pharmacies can benefit from that, from the app. The infusion nurses, like I explained how, most infusion nurses or most companies have some infusion nurses working with them. So for them, the whole team can work with that. And then, of course, the home health industry, anybody that goes into the home health industry that is actually a field worker, this will really be a game changer.
Gotcha. All right, we're now going to go in and show the presentation and learn a little bit more about the power of eWorxs.
Are you an infusion nurse looking for a smarter way to manage your tasks? eWorxs is designed just for you. With automated mileage and work hour tracking, document capturing, and instant invoicing, eWorxs simplifies your workflow and helps you avoid costly errors. Track your mileage and your work hours automatically from your phone. Capture essential documents with a quick snap and generate invoices with ease. No complicated processes, just efficiency. eWorxs also allows easy invoice integration into QuickBooks directly from your dashboard. Our solution is user-friendly, simple, and efficient, making it the ideal choice for healthcare professionals. Unlike others, eWorxs is built with your convenience in mind. No complicated systems, just an easy-to-use platform that tracks everything from hours to mileage effortlessly. Save time, reduce costs, and eliminate human errors with eWorxs. Subscribe today and start working smarter.
All right. Well, that sums it up right there. I think that is amazing. As I was watching that presentation, there's a lot of staffing companies, infusion staffing companies that could really benefit from a platform like that. So that it's much more organized and pulling things together. That was really, really great. Great value there. And so what is the process like to onboard or to get something like that started in the agency? Let's say a nurse staffing agency that does home infusion visits.
Okay, They'll just have to go to the website, the eWorxs website. I know that you're going to put it out there, but it's the eWorxs.app website, and just subscribe. Remember, there are two parties. One is the business owner, the agency, or the person that leads the agency, and the nurses that go into the field. So the CEO or the business owner would actually set everything up on the platform, the back end, and put everything, the username, the passwords for all their field workers. And the field workers would just need to just download the app and start using it. So the main job is the agency that will, put in all the information there. And the field workers would just have the app on their phone, and it just I've arrived, and it's, click on something that they've arrived, and then they're done, and everything is calculated in the back end. So no complicated process, as you saw in the video.
Yes, yes. And so I'm also thinking about, we have a lot of nurses that are 1099 nurses that are working independently, trying to keep up with all of this. They need this app too.
Yes.
They need this to be able to track. So when they get to the end of the year, they're not the client bringing over the stack of paperwork or all of these links for their CPA to go through. So this is awesome. So it is truly an all-in-one solution. What would be one of the core features that you would say that really sticks out for eWorxs?
Well, I would give, I think the tracking, the mileage tracking, everything is automated. You get to a place, open up the app, and it locates you, tells you, it's satellite. So it picks up your location once you open the app. And then, that's huge. And also when you're done, you're arrived at a certain time. When you're done, you say, I'm done. And it calculates the time you spent there. Nothing to write down. You're done. It just calculates the time you spent there. And then, of course, the invoicing, the capturing. When you press that you're done, it actually goes ahead and creates the invoice in the back end. So, I think those are some of the things that, would really stand out when it comes to the use, right? Using the app, right? The is very user friendly, and again, when you're calculating, I know some of the nurses, infusion nurses, are on 1099, right? It produces a report. The only thing you need to do is issue the check or do the direct payment. There is no calculation involved because the report has already calculated that for you. And that's the beauty of what I bring to the table, because I look at it as a business person. I want the end result, not only the mileage, not only the hours, but we want to make sense out of that data that you get, right? You want to produce results, right? Get results. You get the invoice, you get the data to for the payroll, for the payment to your nurses. So it's a win-win.
Love it, love it, love it. So now that we know, and how did you come up with the name eWorxs?
Honestly, I just said, somehow I wanted to say it works. And I said, I put E there. Honestly, it works. And I said, okay, well, maybe I can change the it to E. Yeah, that's how I came up with it. Yeah.
I
So
think
it
that's
works.
funny. Well,
Yes.
think about the E as like electronically it works.
Yes, yeah. So yes.
Better electronically.
Yes, yeah, yes.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So let's talk do a little bit of a shift. So you were a CPA, you founded multiple firms, now a tech CEO. What entrepreneurial mindset shifts were necessary to bring eWorxs to life?
I would say adaptability, problem solving. You have to look for ways to solve a problem, right? One of the things I saw with some of the apps that are out there, some of the softwares out there for this industry, that some of them can be very complex, right? And I know for me, we have to use technology, but I don't like learning new technology over and over again, complex. I like things being simple. So I said, okay, let me make it user friendly. So things like that, even though I was trying to fix a problem, I fixed a problem, but I had to just say, okay, what makes mine different? And that's one thing that you have to look out for, right? Another thing that came out when I was looking at putting this together. I'll give you an example about why accuracy is very, very important. There was a lady, and which is very sad, because I give kudos to every nurse out there, because I know that, people do this because they love what they do. But unfortunately, there's some bad apples, right? So this lady traveled out of the country, and she was still putting it down that she was working with this patient. With my app, you can't do that because it's a location app, right? And yeah, and unfortunately, the patient died. And guess who was in trouble? The agency owner, not the person that traveled, the person that signed that contract. And so with my app, it cannot happen because it's a location. You can't tell me that you're in somewhere having, and you're not there with the patient. So that doesn't happen, right? And another thing that I added to the app was we had to upgrade because someone mentioned that a nurse went out, and sometimes, when you go out into the field, you don't know who you're meeting. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, this nurse was raped and killed, right? That's a sad story. But so we added an SOS feature. And so if you're somewhere, you just have to, you're still doing like you're still working on the app, but there's a place you can just press SOS. So it goes, because remember, if you call 911, they'll ask you, where are you located? Yeah. So, but on this app, if you feel that you're not safe, you press a button, SOS button on your app. The person doesn't know that you have pressed the button.
Right.
So that actually adds another level of security for some, nurses that go into the field that really you don't know who you're going to really meet. So these are some things you look at. What is it that you're fixing a problem? But if you're fixing a problem, your product has to really stand out, right? Mm-hmm. Right? I mean, what makes it stand out, right? People will say, but there are a lot of apps out there, but I believe that we are very different. Again, user friendly was the top on my list, right? User friendly. So that's what I feel that anybody that wants to get into this or should actually think of, fixing a problem.
That one was big. In home health, I teach nurses all the time. You need to have an escape route. You need to make sure that you can get out the door right away. Keep your cell phone on you at all times.
Yes.
And so having that ability to be clicking a button like that,
yes,
that's super. That is super. Kudos to you on that particular feature, because that in and of itself, that safety factor, that's big.
Yeah.
That's really big. So what advice do you have for clinicians, accountants, or other professionals who have big ideas but just don't know how to start? I just talked to someone who was like, I don't know where to get started. What do we do?
Okay. Just get started. That's very easy. Get started. And, I'm not saying it'll be easy, but just get started. And one thing, get started. And number two, get the right people around you. You need to make sure that you are, this is not like, this person is my friend, I've known them forever. No, this is business. So if you feel that your friend might not be very effective in they might be wonderful people, spending time with them, but you need to get people that can move you forward. People that, I'm not a software engineer, but I needed someone that could put my idea bring it to life. So all of them they were all my ideas, right? But they had to, they asked me, do I need this? How do I need to change this? And of course I would check every step of the way. So I would say, as much as possible, get a great team, right? Make sure your accounting and business structure, they're in place. Make sure your tax, everything, because you want to make sure you're compliant on that side. Make sure all those things are in place. Get the right people on your side. Really, do your own investigation and get the right people on your side. But get started. It doesn't have to be perfect, right? Just just step, take the first step, right? And just, do it. Just, do it. I don't want to, take somebody's, tagline, but just, you know what I mean? Just
yeah. You did it like Nike said, just do it. Steve Harvey said, jump. Like,
jump.
Get started.
Yes, get started.
Everybody's so afraid of failing. Sometimes
yes, it's okay. It's okay. I would say eWorxs. eWorxs is such a beautiful success story because it took time. I had to come up with the idea and and then somebody said, okay, what about this feature? I said, you know what, like that SOS feature, I said, I'm going to add that because it's something that is great, right? and had to make my mistakes and correct it and get it there. I mean, I know that it took us some time to get on the App Store and get on iOS to approve us, and the Play Store to approve us. But I mean, I was just celebrating when it happened. But yeah, we had our own challenges. But yeah, eventually it was approved.
Mm-hmm. You see that, everybody? Get started. Get the
Yes,
right people
yes,
around you.
around you, exactly.
Get started. Make sure you have good structure so you're in
Yes,
compliance. So I
yes,
love that you lifted those things up. This has been just amazing. I mean, the insight and the stories that you gave on the nurse situation.
yes,
Oh, it
yes.
brings chills
Oh
up
yeah,
my spine.
sad. It's
But
sad. Yeah.
thinking about having that type of SOS feature, thinking about independent nurses who are out here, you got to track your stuff, right? You're
Yes.
working
Yes.
as an independent nurse, you got some opportunities for write-offs, etc., but you got to have it trackable so that
Yes.
you don't come up with your CPA with a stack of papers.
Yes. Yes.
So, Dr. Innie, how do people find you? How can they follow you?
I mean, you can just actually, I mean, to if you want, you're talking about subscribing or just getting, I mean, contact with the
In
yes,
contact with you.
with me. I mean, well, if you want to subscribe, just go to eWorxs.app. If you want to, email us for have a question, info at eWorxs.app. We'll just get back to you on that. Yeah, that's generally. I mean, of course, I have my CPA practice that is different. If you want someone on that side, but I believe that this is a game changer for anyone that really wants to take their agency to a different level. This is just a game changer, and I know that the it's called cost benefit analysis.
Yes.
The labor cost of doing things manually, making mistakes,
Mhm.
we take that out of the way. We erase that. So that's more money in your pocket. So just visit our website and you can go from there.
There we go. So I have the website right here on the screen. And so what do you see eWorks heading in the next few years? Any exciting updates or expansions on the horizon?
Well, I mean, my goal here is to, I think, get the awareness, get more people to know about this, and get into the hands of as many specialty pharmacies as out there.
Mhm.
I know that I've been approached by other people that said, you know what, this could even be beyond the medical industry. I said, okay, we'll see, but let me just let's just get this one, get the people in the industry that like to use it, and then we can tweak it here and there. But for now, I think my goal is to let people know, clinicians know, infusion nurses know about this, getting people, the specialty pharmacists say, you know what, let our nurses that work with us use it, because it's for them, it's easy. They don't have to send things back. Are you sure this is correct? Is this accurate? Are you sure this is where they went to? It's compliance is also a big thing, right? We also have document capturing and to add to the invoicing. So it's everything is just in one place. So it makes things easier. So that's the goal, to let people know the benefit of the essence of using an app like this.
You see that? So home infusion pharmacies, specialty pharmacies, 1099 nurses that are out here doing the visits, physicians that are doing private home visits into the homes, being able to track it. So anything that's going down in the homes where you're reporting
Yes.
mileage, you
Yes.
need an amazing app that's going to
Yes.
be able to track that real time
Yes. Real
and
time.
have your facts
Time.
together so
Yes.
you don't get challenged. Yes,
Yes.
through IRS, et cetera, being
I
out of
love that.
compliance.
I love
Yes,
that. Yes,
yes.
because you have backup data. Very good. Because that's a big thing I experience on the other side as an accountant,
Yes.
tax practitioner. I always see that. You know what, people get audited, but you know what? Once you have documentation,
Mhm,
you're good to go, right? You're good to
mhm.
go.
That's
Yes.
right. That's that documentation. So www.eworks, eworxs.app. Fantastic. So, Dr. Innie, thank you for sharing your incredible expertise, your vision, your entrepreneurial journey. Your work with eWorxs is transforming how home health and home infusion companies and agencies operate, bringing efficiencies, accuracy, innovation to fieldwork like never before. And to our listeners, if you're ready to streamline your operations and support your nurses with a powerful, intuitive tool, a safe tool, make sure to explore eWorxs and follow Dr. Ennis for your continual impact to the industry. Thank you all for tuning in to Nursing in Style podcast. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And until next time, keep innovating, keep leading, and keep creating the future of healthcare. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.